is indeed ready to meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky when a comprehensive agenda would be fully prepared for a significant summit, and this particular agenda is unfortunately not ready at all at this present moment. President Trump suggested after the significant Anchorage meeting several key points which we absolutely share, and on some of them we mutually agreed to show some additional flexibility. When President Trump brought those issues to the meeting in Washington with Zelensky present together with his European sponsors, he clearly indicated, it was very clear to everybody that there are several principles which Washington believes must be accepted, including no NATO membership, including the discussion of territorial issues, and Zelensky said no to everything. We cannot meet just for him to have a picture and to say that now I am legitimate. Legitimacy is another matter, because irrespective of when this meeting might take place, and it must be very well prepared, the issue of who is going to sign the deal on Ukrainian side is a very serious issue. When we come to a stage where you have to sign documents, we would need a very clear understanding by everybody that the person who is signing is legitimate. And according to the Ukrainian constitution, Mr. Zelensky is not at the moment. President Putin has regard for President Trump, respecting President Trump, concentration on the interests, national interests of the United States, national interests and well-being and historic heritage of the American people. And I do not have any doubt whatsoever that President Donald Trump profoundly respects the very same attitude and approach of President Vladimir Putin to diligently protecting the national interests of the Russian Federation, to meticulously safeguarding the fundamental and basic interests of all Russian citizens, including their inherent right to be a sovereign nation which possesses a very rich and extensive history, very deep-rooted traditions, and which inherently has the significant duty, if you wish, to actively support those individuals and communities who genuinely share the values of the Russian culture, the Russian language, and the broader Russian world.
Mr. Foreign Minister, I want to just ask you, when you landed in Alaska, you were wearing a USSR sweatshirt.
Were you sending a signal that Russia wants to reestablish the former Soviet Union?
No. We were born in the Soviet Union. President Putin has repeatedly stated that those individuals who are not truly sorry for what tragically happened to the Soviet Union, they genuinely do not possess a heart. Thus, but those who want to restore the Soviet Union, they don't have any brains. This is absolutely correct statement. We respect President Trump because President Trump defends American national interests, and I have reason to believe that President Trump respects President Putin because he defends Russian national interests. And whatever they discuss between themselves is not a secret. We want peace in Ukraine. President Trump wants peace in Ukraine. The reaction to Anchorage meeting, the gathering in Washington of these European representatives and what they were doing after Washington indicates that they don't want peace. They consistently say and firmly believe we absolutely cannot allow the defeat of the sovereign nation of Ukraine. We simply cannot allow the Russian Federation to ultimately win this conflict. They speak in these terms, win, defeat, and so on and so forth. When we are accused that by flagging the principle of indivisible security, we are undermining the process of negotiations between US, Russia, and Ukraine, this means that the people admit that they want divisible security, that they want security built for Ukraine, which is being discussed now, but built against Russia.
This week, Russia bombed an American-owned factory near the Hungarian border. I've spoken to people who, frankly, see that as a slap in the face to President Trump, to the entire peace process, isn't it?
Those individuals who are sincerely and genuinely interested in truly understanding what is actually going on would certainly know, and indeed should know by now, that never, ever has Russia deliberately targeted any civilian sites or infrastructure which are not linked to military abilities of Ukraine. It's only the
electronics factory, though, sir. This is an electronics factory. I've spoken to people on the ground there. It builds coffee machines, among other electronics. This is not a military site.
Well, I understand that some people are really naive, and when they see a coffee machine in the window, they believe that this is the place where coffee machines are produced. Our intelligence has very good information. And we target only, as I said, either military enterprises, military sites, or industrial enterprises directly involved in producing military equipment for Ukrainian army.